Alright, welcome to a Cons of Tarkir Booster opening. So, we're hoping for a fetch land here, but there isn't actually much else. Even something like Anafensa is not worth that much because it's not played in Modern, and so it's gonna rotate in a couple of months. I'm also gonna discuss them quite briefly in Limited. So we have a long shot squad. That card was always fine. A Grey Ogre is usually not enough in Limited these days. You need some sweet ability. Back in the day, Hill Giants were great, but not anymore. But this one has a kind of sweet ability. And it can also be ambush in combat if you have Dragon Scale Boon or something. Still, it's not a super high pick, but it's not a bad card. This, however, is a bad card. It's completely unplayable. Even Keeper of the Lens, a 1/2 dork for 1 that does the same thing, is also unplayable. And this is so much worse. This is also kind of a bad card. Kir Dreadmore. Though you can play it if you're Sultai and very controlling. Can maybe sacrifice something like a Monastery Flock and turn a race. If you have some really late game stuff like Dig Through Time or Villainous Wealth, I guess you could play it, but you'd rather not. The banners, not great either. Problem with banners were if you were using them to get a third color, it was very hard to crack them to draw a card. So that's probably what did them in. And also the fact that you had these 10 non-basic comes into play tap lands also made them kind of, you didn't need them. It wasn't the end of the world if you had to play 1 or something, but you really wanted to be able to crack them. Okay, Tusked Colossadon, 6/5 for 6. This was called Alpha Tyrannax in Scars of Mirrodin, and it was a little bit better then, because there was a lot of artifact removal in that set, so people sometimes didn't have an answer for a big guy. In this set, this card is so bad compared to Woolly Loxodon, the card that was very underrated for a long time. Just compare it to Woolly Loxodon. Woolly Loxodon is bigger. You can morph it. And on turn 6 you are attacking with a 6/7 Woolly Loxodon with haste. This can't attack until turn 7. On turn 6 Woolly Loxodon is turned on. I mean, you can play it, but there's so much better things to do. And Summit Prowler. Much better in Dragons of Tarkir, since you were often 3 colors, and paying double red could be bad. You could play it in like some red-white aggressive decks that sometimes people like to play. Our first morph, and it is a War Behemoth. Fine card, not exciting, a little too defensive, I think. 3/6 is not great. I usually rather wanted Witness of the Ages over this card for the most part, even though it has worse base stats. You rather have the extra point of power to attack through blockers or something. Cancel. It was probably an underrated card, but you could play it sometimes. Again, double of 1 color is not where you want it to be, for sure. Yes, guys, student, so this is card number 9 in the booster. So if the next one is an uncommon, we will have a foil. And foils are exciting in this set, since you can get foil fetch lands or foil swift spears. But a 1/3 for 2 with prowess was never really a great card. So let's slow roll this a little bit. So, because I really want to get a foil. This looks like a land, that's not a good sign. Since all the lands are common, this looks like a Tranquil Cove to me. And it is. And as I said, Tranquil Cove was a fine card. You rather have the enemy colored tap lands, because that put you into 2 of the guilds, so to speak. This only puts you in Jeskai. But if you get something like a Thornwood Falls, you can play either Sultai or Teamer. Alright, let's go to the uncommons. Maybe we will get a Swift Spear. No, we get a River Wheeled Aerialist. Very good finisher. It's also single colored, always important. And it kills them very fast. You can sometimes kill them in 4 hits. If you could like attack them for 4, then maybe play 2 spells, then play 1 spell. And then you had some extra damage. Solid finisher. Not a high pick, but might actually be the pick in this pack so far. It's also a good card if you could use the mana. Very aggressive, but Mardu was the most aggressive of the 5 guilds. And this card delivers a beating. He's also big enough to survive if you attack through, which I think is important when we have this kind of effect that creature can't block, like Heel Cutter. Heel Cutter is often small that it sometimes die, but this guy does not suffer from that. And our last uncommon is Briber's Purse. Not a good card in Limited. Does trigger prowess, but he just doesn't. This wasn't that an aggressive format, so I guess if you were Mardu you could play it, but I'd rather not play this card. Though I did see some play in Jeska Ascendancy. Alright, are we getting a fetch land? This is exciting. It looks green, sadly, so that's probably not a good card. I don't remember any good green cards. The green mythic is Hooded Hydra, so I guess Rattleclaw Mystic could be the best thing. CD Unwritten, okay. That was another mythic I forgot. Not a bad card. I'm still hoping that Oath of the Gatewatch will make some big green Eldrazi deck good, and then maybe CD Unwritten could be playable. If you CD Unwritten into co-select, you don't get to draw the cards, but you do have a big threat on the board that counters their spells. So maybe CD Unwritten could see some play there. Thanks for watching.